It's awful what's happened.
I know.
Because she can't remember Patsy or her mum.
It's absolutely terrible. I cried so much when I first read the script. I just couldn't believe it. Well, I cry through all the scripts because they're always so sad, and we always do our read-throughs and we're all just a complete wreck afterwards. But, you know, it was just we'd only just found out that they were in love, and then the terrible accident happens, and yeah, no, I mean, we all did a lot of sobbing that day. Even you could see all the kind of burly cameramen sort of going, slightly wiping away a surreptitious tear.
My kids and I at home were absolutely sobbing. And it's a wonderful role, Patsy, though.
Yes.
Because of also her relationship and being a lesbian, you know, all those years ago, not accepted, obviously, in society.
Absolutely. I mean, it was illegal at the time, which was something I didn't know. And, you know, having to keep something like that a secret, being in love with someone and not being able to tell anyone. And the thing about that storyline that was so heartbreaking was she wasn't allowed to go to the hospital. She wasn't allowed, I mean, she was eventually, but when she called initially, they wouldn't tell her anything, so she didn't know whether she was alive. So, you know, having to keep a relationship like that under wraps would have been traumatising and terrible.
Oh, completely. But your character, of course, you're back filming at the moment.
We're filming at the moment.
How exciting. Can you just give us a little...
Yes,
just a little...
of course.
Some babies are being born.
We've got babies.
Yeah.
We've always got babies. And oh, they're so adorable. We've got some extra adorable ones this time. And what have we been doing? Well, we've been doing the Christmas special. But I think my favourite thing that we've been doing recently is Trixie starts a Keep Fit class. And so we're all in our leotards, which obviously is pretty amazing, doing dancing. And I decided quite early on that Patsy, like me, would not be very adept at the Keep Fit class. So I'm sort of spending most of the time like, no,
you know, I absolutely love it as a show. And people that get confused, I think, did your mother think that the babies, that you were really delivering real babies?
Yes. My mother thought that I don't know how she thought we would do this, whether we would have sort of pregnant women on standby, but she thought we were actually delivering babies, which I had to explain to her was not possible.
But they are real babies, aren't they?
They are real babies. They're under 14 days old, so they are newborns, really, and it's just so kind of the parents to lend them to us. I mean, they really are adorable. They're all adorable. And they're so good, because at that age, they're just sort of so serene. So they're very well behaved, very good actors.
You say that. All the parents out there who are listening now with a brand new baby that's crying.
Occasionally there are moments. There are moments.
Now, the other side of you that, obviously, I mean, I didn't know about, that you're an author and you've got your new book out, Monsters.
Yes.
It's pretty dark, if I may say.
You may say. No, it is dark. I mean, I've always just been so interested in horror. Horror is the thing that I love most. And my first two books are kind of maybe more traditional supernatural horror for younger readers. And I really wanted to write something that was sort of set in the real world, a kind of more of a thriller. Wanted to get some murders in.
It is very, very dark. Do you think it's important for kids and teenagers, actually, sort of older teenagers, to be able to read that and use their imagination that way?
I absolutely do, and I think when you look at children's literature in general, it is quite dark. Sort of Grimm's fairy tales.
Well, Roald Dahl as well.
Roald Dahl,
yeah.
I mean, Roald Dahl's my absolute favourite. And his children's work's very dark, and certainly his short stories for adults are incredibly scary. And I think at that age you're interested in sort of pushing those boundaries and exploring them, and the thing about books is they're a kind of safe place to do that, maybe.
Do you know, it's so incredible, the family you come from. Obviously, your father's a very famous jeweller, Theo Fennell.
Whenever we have a family get-together with all of my extended family, it's just, you know, we've got circus performers, wizards. There's not a sensible person among...
Oh, every family needs to have a wizard.
Everyone has a wizard, right?
And the thing I like about you most, and we're just going to end on that, is that you're a Britney Spears fan.
I love her so much. She's just wonderful. The moment she arrived in her spangly leotard, I just burst into tears. It was too much.
Do you know what I have to tell you? James and I, the producer of this show, he said, we thought last night that we should try and get you a Britney doll, but we haven't got one. We weren't
I would have cried.
To.
It would have been too much.
Oh, listen, the book's released in September. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're a delight.
Because, you know, some artists really are, like, shot out of a cannon, and, you know, last month, you know, you were, like, playing in a club, and now you're playing in an arena.